Good morning, and thank you for being with us today. I'm City of Laurel Communications Director Audrey Barnes. With me this morning is City of Laurel Police Chief Richard McLaughlin and the men and women of the Laurel Police Department who work very hard to keep us safe every single day. We are also joined by City Administrator Marty Fleming is here, number of city staff, councilmen, Ed Ricks is here with us as well, and concerned residents in the city of Laurel who've been watching this case very closely over the last more than 10 years. In just a moment, you will also be meeting a Laurel family that never gave up hope that the person who killed their son more than 11 years ago would be brought to justice. We have provided a microphone for the members of the media who'd like to ask questions, very brief questions after this press conference. It's on the dais to your right at the back of the room. We want to make sure that the audience who is watching this presentation live on Laurel TV can hear your questions as well. Now, please welcome City of Laurel Police Chief Richard McLaughlin.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Standing behind me are the investigators of the Criminal Investigation Unit of the Laurel Police Department, to include Corporal Adam Cheek, who is on my right shoulder. It is with great pride that I stand here to announce the closure of an 11-year-old murder. For the record, it's Richard McLaughlin, MC, L-A-U-G-H-L-I-N. I am the Chief of Police. On September 15th, 2005, Laurel Police Department was dispatched to a single vehicle accident in the 1000 block of West Street, right behind us. They found a 20-year-old Brian Moses semi-conscious in a black Cadillac with a stab wound in the upper chest. He was transported to Prince George's Hospital Center for treatment. Laurel Police Department immediately launched a criminal investigation at that time. It was then reclassified as a homicide investigation when Moses died on October 9th, 2005 as a result of the stabbing. Police interviewed numerous witnesses and identified and questioned potential suspects. There was testimony given to the grand jury numerous times. The investigation has been ongoing with detectives following up on potential leads and new information. However, all of this failed to provide enough probable cause for a charging document to be issued. In March 2016, Laurel Police Department Corporal Adam Cheek developed a number of new potential witnesses who were interviewed and provided testimony to the grand jury. As a result of the ongoing investigation, Corporal Cheek's diligent work, along with the assistance of Prince George's County Assistant State's Attorney Robert Dean of the Cold Case Prosecution Unit, this 11-year-old case has now been closed. On December 29th, 2016, the Prince George's County grand jury returned a signed criminal indictment for common law murder and issued an arrest warrant for 58-year-old Michael Andre Duval. His last known address was in Washington, D.C. Duval was arrested yesterday morning by the District of Columbia Department of Corrections and is currently being held pending an extradition hearing at D.C. jail. I personally am very proud of the work of the men and women of the Laurel Police Department, the failure to give up on this investigation, and the hard work. I'd also like to extend my personal thanks to the State's Attorney's Office for their assistance, their guidance, and their hard work. Corporal Cheek and I had the honor yesterday of notifying Brian Moses' mother, who you'll meet later, of the arrest. There's one important thing that should come out of this. This case should act as a reminder to anybody that is a victim, a survivor of this type of crime. These are not forgotten. There is no such thing as an inactive murder investigation. They are being worked, it's just not in the limelight. And hopefully, given time, all these cold cases will get closed. So I'd like to thank the staff, the police department, and the family for providing us the incentive to keep moving forward. And it's with great pleasure that we announce the closure. Thank you.
Brian Moses' family is with us today. His mother, Shirley Bell, is here. His sister, Sherilyn Roberson, is here, and also Brian's brother, Calvin, and other loving family members. I'd like to bring you forward and just have you make a few comments about the closure of Brian's case.
Hi, my name is Shirley Bell, and I am Brian Moses' mother, and I was trying not to cry, so please bear with me. It's been a long road. I kept going and going and going and made sure that Brian's case was kept in the limelight. And like he said, there's no such thing as a cold case. It was never a cold case to me. It was always a warm case. And I lived for this day. I made a promise to my son the night that he passed, that I would bring closure. I would find out who did this to you and bring him to justice. Today or yesterday was the best day of my life. January 4th, 2017 will always be in my memory as one of the happiest and best days of my life. These men and women that work for the city of Laurel stuck by me for 11 years. I have all the greatest respect for them, and I honor them today for what they've done to bring closure to my son's case and my family. So thank you. And I'm gonna let my daughter speak, because she's a better speaker than me.
Good morning. First, let's give honor to God, who was the life to get this done. First, let me thank Chief McLaughlin and all his staff for what they've done for us. My daughter here, this is Brian Moses' niece. She was 5 years old when my brother was killed. My oldest son to my right, this is Brandon. He was young too. Also to my left again is my other son, Mark. They have all, right now, followed in my brother's footsteps. My brother played basketball for years that we didn't even know he was playing. I can say right now, my son on my right has played 2 years of college basketball. My son on my left has played throughout Laurel. My daughter right now is on the varsity team at Laurel High School. I am a Laurel member, and I will continue to be a Laurel resident because Laurel has done what no other community could do for me and my family. And I want to thank everyone, all the way up to the mayor, who has been there for us throughout this whole entire situation. Thanks again for everything that you've done, and thanks for the closure for my brother. 2017 is a blessing for the Robeson Bell Moses family right now. Thanks again.
I usually have a lot to say. I just really don't know what to say right now. But, you know, we're a very strong family. We definitely want to thank the members of Laurel Police Department. You all did an outstanding job. We never gave up. We always knew that, you know, justice was going to be served, but we just didn't know how long. It's been a very long time. 10 years is a long time, but we never gave up, just like we're thankful that you guys never did. We really do. Usually you see people like us on TV, you know, just, you know, you're like, oh, well, that'll never happen to me. Well, we were one of those people, you know. We're like, well, why are they crying? Why are they, you know, that's a bunch of mess, you know. Well, it's true, you know, but we never gave up with the police departments. And, you know, we have a lot of family, a lot of friends, but like my sister here said, you know, my brother, he was on his way to the next NBA star. We had no idea how good this boy was. Well, he was a boy then, now he's a man, but, you know, we never knew how good he was. And, you know, it's just a true blessing that, you know, justice has been served. And, you know, we're just a very strong family. We've always stuck together. And, you know, I know Laurel Police Department, you all probably got tired of us calling you all, hounding you all almost every week, but, you know, it was either as a family or as an individual, you know, you all getting the phone calls, but, you know, we're just very supportive. We know that we have at least the city of Laurel Police as our family as well. So we want to thank you all.
First of all, I say thank God, because justice has been served, and I'm thankful for this not being pushed under the rug over these past years. I have stuck with this lady since the emergency happened. I was sitting on the steps when I heard the incident. She didn't even notice I was sitting on the steps, and it hurt because I never seen my grandmother get on her knees before. So since that day, I made a promise to her and my family that I'm gonna pick up his pieces. I'm gonna walk that stage, and I'm gonna be the best black male I can be. And I can finally say that he got his wings and he in his room today. And he's smiling because we never gave up.
I want to say to Brandon, because through everything that the loss of my son, my grandson has never cried. Today is the day that he sheds tears, and he's shedding those tears because he's happy that he finally has the closure. So again, I want to thank everybody, from God to the mayor to the whole entire city of Laurel, and everyone that supported my family through this. Thank you.
And we would also like to make sure that we mention how much Mayor Craig A. Moe has embraced the Bell family throughout this ordeal. Hugs and constant phone calls and contact with you. And it was never a bother. It was a mission for his and our police chief, Richard McLaughlin, and his team to find out what happened to Brian. And we're so happy that it has come to this conclusion. We would like to offer the media a chance to ask us some questions. We do have a microphone back there. Go ahead with your question. Please identify yourself for the people at home who may be listening.
Hi, I'm Kim Dacey with WBAL out of Baltimore. What is the relationship between the suspect and the victim?
They were acquaintances. That's all we know at this point.
Do we have any idea about a motive for this murder?
We do, but we're not going to talk specifics on the case. We still have to go through the legal system. We were just saying at this point, we are absolutely sure this is the suspect, and this is he's being charged because he is a suspect.
Now, you mentioned going to the grand jury several times over the last 11 years. Was Mr. Duval always the suspect that you were trying to get an indictment against?
There were various suspects. Mr. Duval has always been a suspect from the beginning, and the pieces of the puzzle just did not fall into place until finally in March of 2016, when Corporal Cheek was able to get additional information and/or testimony that identified him positively as the suspect and as the involved
is this
party.
the first time you've sought an indictment against Mr. Duval?
It is the first time, yes.
Okay, that's it.
Hi, Joy Lambert, Fox 45 News out of Baltimore. What has the suspect been doing for the past 10 years?
As you will find out on your press release, he has been charged with other violent crimes. We had a charge in Prince George's County of a violent crime that occurred actually 3 months after Brian's incident, and he currently is facing charges in the District of Columbia.
10 years, 11 years now. How do you feel right now having this case closed?
I can't even explain to you how happy I am. I've worked with Shirley Bell for the years. We've had a lot of conversations. In fact, I promised her we would do everything within our power. We've obviously done it. And it was tremendous joy yesterday to be able to tell her that there is actually somebody that's being held accountable for her son's murder.
Do you feel like this gives hope to other families who are maybe going through the same thing?
Absolutely. Again, to say what I said, there is no such thing as an inactive murder investigation. They are being worked. They do not sit on a shelf somewhere. They are not forgotten. They are worked, and as new information comes to light, it's investigated and followed up on.
And how long is the extradition process?
It depends on whether he cooperates, whether he doesn't cooperate. I would imagine he probably will be back in Prince George's County. Well, they'll schedule a trial date. Minimally, he'll be back for the trial date.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us for this important announcement. Members of the media, if you have any further questions, I'll be your contact person and can get the answers for you. So thank you all for coming.